Welcome to Bee in the Garden. I trust you're well. I certainly am. I'm going to be looking in my hive today to see whether I can make a split. I had given them a feeder of sugar syrup just to encourage the new bees. I'm going to check and see whether... Oh, did you hear that? Right, I think it might be time for me to split this hive. Right, what I didn't see is that they have actually put some wild comb there, which suggests that they are running out of space. What I'm going to do is attempt to split this hive. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to try and move slowly. Again, they have a nice temperament. I hope I haven't spoken too early. What you can see up here is honey. What you can see up here is honey. It's not being capped, it's glistening in the sun. It's uncapped honey. I'm going to have to get them some more frames. What we have is honey. Hopefully you can see that glistening. I'm going to come up to the other camera just so that you can see that also. This is honey. It's uncapped. So I'm not going to continue going through this upper box, but I will add some frames to it because the fact that they made some wild comb is an indication that they are running out of space. I'm going to add I may add a super to here, however I plan to split this hive. So let me get right, I have an empty Luke box into which I'm going to place, if I should see, a couple of frames. Take those out for now. There's an empty Luke box. going to see if I can split the hive. If I see signs of them wanting to swarm. So remember, a hive is the queen, eggs and brood, which is larva and pupae of different ages, and then also the worker bees, or the ones that fly and forage. So a hive has to have a queen, a good laying queen, a queen that is laying well. There should be some brood or some babies, and then there should also be the foragers, the ones that go out and bring the food. If any one of those three things is missing, then the hive is incomplete. So when the bees attempt to swarm, two of those things are taken away, usually the queen and the flying bees. I really should have started on the nearer side, but I've got the dummy board on the furthest side, so I need to remove that first as gently as possible without harming the bees. What I'm going to be looking for are signs of queen cells. They are cells that the bees make that are way bigger in size than usual. By that I mean what you are seeing in the frames are usually hexagonal shapes, and they're all uniform pretty much. But when you see a queen cell, you will see a shape that is really very different, and it looks more like a peanut. So I've got here, this is the end frame. They have got space, or the queen has got space to lay eggs. They've drawn out the comb and they're actually cleaning some of it up. So at the moment there's space for the queen to lay. They're beginning, I'm just going to blow on it gently. They are beginning to fill that with honey. So the food often you find on the ends of a hive. I'm just going to place this one out temporarily to allow me to look easier at the other frames. So I'm in the brood box, which is the deep box, and in here I hope to see the queen. We shall see. As I do this inspection, I'm checking to see whether they have food stores. With these 10 frames, I'm expecting to see at least 3, maybe even 4 frames of food. You have to sort of twist this into the sun sometimes just to be able to see what's in there. And I can see I might actually step onto the other side to see better. Okay, I can see larvae here, definitely. Oh, and the queen is here. That's her right there. She's a fast mover. That's her there. That's the queen right there. So I'm going to put that frame into the nuke box now. Make sure she's still there. Just lost her. She's a quick mover, the one that was on this frame. They're covering her. I saw her and then I've just now lost her. Ah, there's a queen cell that there. Right, so I've seen the queen and I've also spotted a queen cell. A queen cell suggests that they might be wanting to swarm. Odd shaped cell there. That's what we call a queen cup, which they can make into a queen cell. Right, I've seen the queen again, and I'm going to place her in the nuke. And I'm going to quickly give her some baby bees. This is brood, a lot of brood. So I'm going to place that with her. Really gently. Right, there's all manner of things going on. So that one had a queen cell. I'm going to squish out that queen cell from this frame, isn't it? That was the brood. The one with the queen cup. I'm going to get rid rid of that queen pot that I saw. And I'm going to make sure that whatever I put into this nuke box, that I do not put in any queen cells. I want to put mostly brood with the queen. Just blow on them gently. It's mostly drone. So I'm going to put in here brood, but there are spaces for her to lay. I want to give her plenty of places to lay. And I'm going to try and act gently. Beep, beep. I want to try and give her empty spaces or brood that is quite far along, such as this frame, so that when they emerge, she will have bees that only know the new nuke box as their home. There are actually a couple of queen cells here. I don't know if you can pick that up in the picture. So I'm actually going to leave this one because this box now, this hive is now queenless, and they are going to have to make a new queen. So because there's a queen cell on this one, I'm going to leave this frame here to give this hive an opportunity to make a new queen. I'm also going to leave in this hive, you see in that corner there, the bulkier brood, capped brood, they are drones. And that again is a telltale sign that they were perhaps getting ready to swarm. Yeah, there are definitely some queen cells here. A queen cell is a different shaped cell, as you can see over here. It's a different shaped cell. I'm going to be mindful not to shake this too much, because these bees, from what I can see, were preparing to swarm. So what I've done is create a swarm scenario for them by removing the queen and placing her into another hive. These bees will soon figure out that they are queenless, and then they will make a new queen from one of those cells. Whichever queen emerges first will go on a maiden flight, will mate, come back and lay eggs. Hey, how you doing? They're getting a little irritated by me. Can't say I blame them. Okay, so we have plenty of brood here. I'm going to shake this frame off because I need to make sure when I place this one I get rid of any queen cells. Okay, so this is mostly brood. So this brood, when they emerge, will not know any other address except for here. So I'm going to try and put as much brood into here, but make sure I leave eggs in this hive. So I want to take with me as much brood as possible into this hive. I haven't got any sealed cells. Queen cup. It's mostly brood. So what I'm going to do is hold this. It doesn't hurt the bees. I'm just going to add into here. And there at the bottom corner is a queen cell that they could make into a new queen. So I've left several of those. So now what we have are lots of brood. The big bulkier ones at the top are the drones, the male bees. And I'm going to add them into here. So the last frame I'm going to put in here is one that will allow the queen to lay. So I'm going to look for one that is maybe almost empty. I'm just going to smoke them down so I don't hurt them. Okay, we have definitely young larvae. I'll blow that away. Young larvae, which is good for this hive, because they will be able to choose between egg and larva. Well, egg, and start feeding it royal jelly in order to create a queen. I'm not worried if there are queen cells in this hive. In fact, I need to leave a queen cell here to allow the bees to create a new queen. What a propolis here. Okay, so I'm going to put all the bees that are out foraging. They are going to come back to this hive, so they will need space here for those bees. Space. Okay, so I'm going to give them one frame of food here as well. Now what will happen in about 10 days or so, I will do to this nuke box what I did to the other. These bees, some of them will exit and go into their original hive. Because there's plenty of brood, they're going to take care of the babies. Smoke them down a little. The smoke has gone out really. Tied up this frame, or this hive rather. I haven't got any long brood length frames available, so what I'm going to do is, oopsie, it's a bee that wasn't so happy with me. I could transfer this into a nuke box as well, just to make sure they don't get. But what I'll do is I'll push them towards the centre. Still very light. Okay, just the beginnings of honey and nectar. You can see the yellow nectar as well. You can see that stored away. So that's like protein. That's food. See the different colours. You see the different nectar. Yeah. You can see it. Some are yellow. Some are tan. Some are reddish in colour. Hopefully you can see different. Bounce the frame to the one in front, and they do tend to come out of the way. I wonder if I can put two. I've got another. I'm just going to bring some empty frames and fill this hive up. Okay, so I only have some short frames currently, but the bees will get busy. Well, I have this one here. Bees will get busy and start building out their own comb in here. Some old frame. Old comb that I'm just cleaning out this tray. But the bees will soon have this cleaned up. Okay, so there's no foundation on this frame. It's just a totally empty frame, but the bees will soon draw out their own foundation and make their own honeycomb. So I'm going to place that on the far end. I'll come back into this box in about 2.5 weeks' time. What I hope to see then is the queen cell would have been fully completed and signs that the new queen has emerged. Certainly in 3 weeks' time, I would expect to see new eggs. So the eggs inside of this frame, oh, they're starting to get a little agitated by me. Can't say I blame them. The eggs in here will have hatched by then. So any new eggs I see when I next come into this frame, when I next come into this box or hive, will have to be eggs from a queen. So I will know whether this has been successful when I can see again new eggs and young larvae, because the larva that's in here will become pupa or big larvae, and then they will hatch out, and then the only way that there'll be some new eggs or new bees will be if the queen has successfully developed, emerged, flown out of the hive, mated, and then returned to start laying. There's a bit of an old frame going on here, but the bees are so smart that they will clean them down. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to put the fake frame or the dummy board on this side this time, just to prevent them from making any wild code. Just push it all together. I think my smoker is more or less out, which isn't ideal. Just see if I can add a little bit more. Just want to smoke them down. Excluder, we'll go back on. crown board, if I know where I've put that. It's over there. Just get rid of some of this honeycomb. And then all this can be melted down to make wax. So that's just collected over time. Then I'm going to put the honey stick back on and just smooth that down a little. Use a wild comb. I'll just, and then gently put on the crown board. And then finally, the roof. So that's the split hive. Thank you so much for watching. I'll keep you updated with this. What I've done is I've done a split of this hive. I've taken the queen, a lot of the brood, and the nursing bees, and placed them into a smaller hive known as a brood. She will continue to lay, fill out the frames, and then I will transfer her into a full hive. Again, as you saw in my previous video, this hive has now been depleted of their queen, so they are going to have to create another queen from one of the queen cells that I saw on these frames, or the eggs that are available here. And in the wild, that's really what bees do. That is their way of survival. They have to split by swarming. They swarm. So one hive becomes two hives become four. So in essence, that's what they do in nature in order for them to continue growing. So what I've done is I've split the hive and I've created another hive here. Initially it's going to be small, but at this time of year, spring, dry weather, warm weather, plenty of plants and pollen, they will increase numbers in this hive. In no time the queen will continue laying, and this particular hive will create themselves another queen. She will emerge, she will mate, she will return to this space, and then the laying continues. In that way, you're giving nature a greater chance, or the bees a greater chance of survival, because swarming is their way of survival. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you've got some comments. Please leave them in the space below, and share this video and let people people know that I'm available here in terms of the filming that I do, mostly in my garden, beekeeping, gardening, and I really enjoy your company. Thank you so much if you are a subscriber. I see the numbers creeping up. Let's see if we can get even more numbers subscribed to this channel. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.